Well, hi my lovelies. We have completed the trio. This guy, I've already got a flip through up on my channel. This guy, we've also got a flip through already on my channel, and we're about to have a look at this one today. I made these three little pretties a box to sit in. So I'll just take these out. So that one you've seen, that one you've seen, and this one is the one that we will go through today. And here is their box. So this is just made out of mat board, and I have then made some mouldings out of Fimo, or what do you call it, Sculpey. And then I've put a painting effect on it so that it looks like metal. This is something that I used to do with my bottles and old boxes and teacups, and not that I did them in the verdigris kind of patina green, they were all in the French country look. And then probably can't see that, but she's all lined with velvet. Yeah, so that's what they will be sitting in. So for the closure for this one, because they were sitting in the box, I didn't want anything too bulky on the front to use as the closures, because then they wouldn't sit together nicely in the box. So for this one, she's just a ribbon that undoes, and she's got one of these little closures either side, front and back. She has a watercolour by me on the front, and then some fake moss, and just a painting effect that I've done to make that look like old peeling paint. So I've sanded that after I've done a few different layers of greens and browns. Just adjust you a little bit. So on the front, in the front here, we just have some little tags. That's from Sample's Garden Memories, that little, both of those images and those little tags just put into a tea bag. Then just some little pieces of ephemera. You could either use those, or you could put them into using them for journaling space. And then that guy does open up, and you could do some journaling in there as well. I thought it could be quite cool to put "This Journal Belongs To" in there. Just a little tag with some muslin at the bottom, and these just pop back in here. Then on this page, she is journal number 12. So from the Pocket Reckoner, I think it's called, I've just popped that in. That's genuine and vintage, and what they used to quickly look up the percentages of numbers. Just another little piece of ephemera there. Ladies' pocket calendar that you could journal on the back of. And just a little brown paper bag pocket up there that I've put some detail onto. You've got to transfer some old cotton, some vintage lace, and another piece of ephemera there. There's the close-up. Over the page, just some Weeds of New Zealand vintage book page, and over here just a little printable. Some lace, a butterfly printed on vellum, and then just a little journaling card. That's tissue paper, and it's got another book page behind it, some butterflies that I fussy cut, and then I just sewed through them with the sewing machine. And it's got some of that beautiful velvet for the tab top. Over here, that's that paper that you make by re-gluing basically layers of tissue paper back together. It makes it really sturdy. I really love the feel of that, and I have sewn that on there. That's one of my gel printed leaves that I need to do a tutorial on. I know that, sorry. And then just some journaling space there. And we've got a fussy cut flower over here that I have hand watercolored, and this page here is just a collage page. That is a genuine onion skin letter though that I have lined that with from 1940. Over this side, this is just tissue paper that I have stuck onto an envelope, some lace, lined it with the same onion skin 1940s letter, a little bit of decoupage with tissue paper and some writing space there as well. This is old vintage wallpaper. Again, you might have seen it in one of my other journals from my friend Kate at Pixie K Designs. She gave me a whole lot of little treats when I met up with her, and some cotton doily edging crochet there. Writing space. This is just a little pocket with some ledger paper in there to do some journaling on. I haven't, to be fair, filled this guy up. There's quite a few little pockets and things coming up that I haven't put anything in. Mostly because we were already at capacity, as per usual, and I did want to make sure that they would fit in the box and not be too crocodile mouths. It was a huge challenge with the smaller spines. I didn't tell you guys that this is a little bit different for me with the hidden spine on all three of them. That bit of a different method that I tried out, and I'm glad to see how it came out. Just some hand watercolour, a little bit of journaling space, belly band with a little scrappy notebook there, another belly band, tuck spot, sorry, with some pretty lace there. Quite love that lace. Now it's got the little daisies on it. Thrift shop find. Little tuck spot there, just with some journaling paper. Another hand watercolour, just on some dictionary paper. Another little journaling spot with some collage and some transfers and some stickers. That's the other side of the wallpaper, just with a little spot of interest up in the corner. You could write on that. Some of the surfaces that I say you could write on, I think if I was going to fill a journal, which I haven't because I keep posting them up and they go off to lovely homes, I think I would have a black pen, a gold pen, a white pen, and then depending on the surface and the colour of the surface, I think I would choose whether or not to use which pen in order for it to show up. In saying that though as well, you might want the writing to not show up as much. It might be something that you want to kind of keep to yourself, but you want to make a record of it, if that makes sense. You got a little tuck spot there, just with the negative of the die cut of the daisies that were further on. That's more of the onion skin 1940s letter. Some pretty vintage lace there. A writing spot. Got a belly band over here. That is that same tissue paper, and I've just backed it with a bit of card so that it's a little bit more sturdy, and I've just put eyelets in and tied it with a little bit of muslin with some stickers, eucalyptus stickers at the back. This was really interesting. So I managed to get like 100 of these, They're from the 1980s and they are catering cards for recipes. And so they've got really high servings. So here's what you're going to need if you're going to make it for 100 people. But I thought those are quite cute. They come from a home science school, and considering I'm a teacher, I thought that was quite cool. So I've just popped one of those in there. It's the other side of the belly band. And I've just used a die cut negative, put some little vellum florals in there, and then I've got clear acetate with a transfer and zest of rose hips. And then in there, just a little excerpt out of a book about simple daisies. Because this journal, the other one was Forest Fable and Pages of Pockets, and this one I wanted to be Buds and Blooms. That is just a negative cut out of my rust coffee tea-dyed paper, and I thought that was quite pretty. This actually looks like the panga plant from New Zealand, and the koru that makes is really, really well known in Māori art and quite important. I think it symbolises new life, and that's just on the back of that other piece of Weeds of New Zealand. Now we're halfway through. Please don't judge. This is my first ever attempt at doing a little bit of embroidery. So I've just popped that in there. I think it adds something. I'm not an expert, but I think it's quite cute. That's just a little journaling space. That's just one of Sam's Garden Memories Polaroids. I love using those. Over the page, just made another little Polaroid, and I've just put clear acetate behind it. Transfer, a little bit of muslin, and a bit of the cutout from one of my books. You've just got another little die cut leaf in the back there. So you've got a little tuck spot. Buds and blossoms. I managed to get a whole lot of old library cards because I know my librarian, Andrea, at school, and she's lovely and she loves me, and we went through a whole lot of books looking for library cards, so I've popped that in there as well for a little bit of nostalgia. This is just out of a children's encyclopedia. Over here, this is just a little bit of writing space. And there is a genuine envelope in there. Sometimes I forget where things are in my flip throughs, and I know that the person that gets the journal, when they go through them for the 10th time, might actually find something that they didn't even know was there and that I had forgotten was there, which I actually think is really cute. Oh, and I forgot to show you, there's just little dangles on the centres of the signatures, so those ones say Brave and Inspire. So that flips open, you've got a little bit of writing space over there, and I will pop a paper clip on here before I send this lovely lady off, because there's some writing space in there just with a transfer, some coffee rust stained music paper and some old music paper that I coffee stained, and that would hold those together so that when that page turns it doesn't flip open. And then we just have, this is a coffee tea rust stained doily, and just another little journaling card up there to do a little bit of something on there. And then there's a third pocket up the top that doesn't have anything in it yet. Oh, that little guy has just come out of here. Here's another brown paper bag pocket that I haven't put anything in, but there is room to put some in. And I've also cut out ripped all of these strips of paper and done almost a quilting effect. Over this side, again, just a white paper bag. Not quite glassine, I don't think, but still see-through. And just a page in there with a little bit of stenciling, a little bit of interest to do some journaling on as well. Over this side, that's another one of the Polaroids from Sam's Garden Memory Kits, and I've just made that one into a little tuck spot and put a little bit of interest up in the top corner, so you've got some journaling space there. Over here you've got a poem about the forest that I thought was quite cool. I wanted to put that in the other one, but it would not fit. So I made it quite small so that it's quite subtle. I really wish my camera would focus itself so I don't have to keep checking. A little journaling card there. Some strips of paper. I really like how that feels. Love the tactile nature of things in these journals. That's just from a book that was black and white, and I've just thrown some watercolour paint on it. And we have hope and trust there. Another little tuck spot there, nothing in there yet. More journaling space. This guy over here is actually a tag, but I've just made it so that only this part hangs over the side of the page. This is actually old wallpaper, perfumed drawer lining, so it actually gives a little bit of a scent to the book. So when we turn the page, there's the full card there, and that's just lots of strips of paper glued on there, and so is that one. I'll put that back in afterwards. Over here, just an old New Zealand postcard, and that's just stamping onto calico and journaling space on the back there. This is more of the strip paper. That was a bird from a book, but I don't like glossy, so I just stuck some frosted contact paper over it just to make that a little bit more subtle, and a little fussy cut flower there. Over this side, just another little pocket, fussy cut flower, little bit of vintage cotton doily, and another journaling card. See that one there, you might write black on it, and you could write black all over that stamp and you'd still be able to see what you're writing. Over here, this is just a genuine old postcard, but instead of leaving that side blank, I fussy cut a flower and I just did some little watercolour sample swatches on it and put a genuine stamp up there. That's another little pocket there. Eco dyed paper, and we're almost there. That's the other side. And then this is on the coffee rust dyed paper. Then I cut out an acetate stencil, and the stencil was actually here, so I stuck that to my gel plate. Then I did other stenciling over top of that. Then I removed the acetate and took the gel print onto the coffee rust stained paper. And yeah, there's just a little pocket in there, but there's nothing in there at the moment. So that's her. That is the pretty little trio of 3. I'm really happy how they came out. I've only done one green journal before, so yeah, they look very pretty from this. That's my favourite view right there. That just makes me fall in love with them all over again. So much goodness and bits bits and pieces sticking out of them. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you liked the addition of the box as well. At the moment, these guys do have a forever home. They're all going together in their box, so that's a bit exciting, and I will see you guys next time. I actually have a friend, Rochelle, and she's very, 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 very talented, but very, 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 very nervous. And for some reason, when I'm not talking about my own work, it's a lot easier for me to be on camera, so the anxiety isn't as bad. So I said to her, send me a journal and I will show everyone. And yeah, so keep an eye out for that. Very different style from mine. That's probably why I admire it. Anyone who has a different style from mine, for some reason, those are the styles that I really admire. But yeah, I look forward to showcasing her journals for her so that she can see all the lovely comments that I know you guys give to me, that I really, really appreciate too, by the way. I just don't have the words for how much confidence you guys have given me with your beautiful support. And even the critical comments, they're written in a way where they're constructive criticism. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.